Evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Friday evening. Our first race will go to post in approximately 20 minutes. Let's get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing. Note there are no changes in races 1, 2, or 3. In race number 4, scratched is 1 Chick McGuire. Race 4, scratch 1 Chick McGuire. Number 8, Sunshine Lou. Driver to be announced, TBA on the 8. And number 9, Friend Zone. The driver will be Bruce Richardson. That is number 9, Friend Zone, Bruce Richardson to drive. In race number 5, we have a couple of equipment changes. Number 8, Solid, changing shoes, steel to aluminum shoes, but just up front, steel to aluminum up front. And number 9, Wind Creek, is adding a Murphy blind on the right. That is 9, Wind Creek, adding Murphy blind on the right. Races 6 and 7, no changes. No changes, races 6 or 7. In race number 8, number 1, Westridge Warrior. The driver will be Bruce Richardson. Bruce Richardson drives the 1. Number 6, Southwind Massimo. An equipment change, blinkers to blind bridle, blinkers to blind, and a shoe change, pads to aluminum up front. Ninth race, number 4, Twinbee Lush is scratch. Scratch 4, Twinbee Lush. 5, Tragically Hip. Bridle change, blinkers to blind bridle, blinkers to blind. And just a note that number 8, Sophie's Destiny, scores from the trailer post. Note scores from post 9. And the 10th race, no changes. Once again, note no changes, races 1, 2, or 3. Fans note in race number 3, we have a scratch of number 6, Dusty Lane Manny. Race 3, scratch number 6, Dusty Lane Manny. Field for race number 1 is on parade, and 1 is Dumb is Forever. Paul McKenzie for Nelson White and Deborah White. Number 2, Northern Flame. Alf Carroll for Jody Cullen and Gaston Belay. Number 3, Dusty Lane Thunder. Tyler Moore for Gary McDonald and Alexis Gass. Number 4 is Enjoying My Life. Brett McDonald for Isabel Darvaux and a numbered company. And number 5, Les Nessman, Wayne Henry for Henry Stable and Dalon Farms and Waples Stable and Gordon Yao. Number 6, Timel Dazzle, Scott Colter, Tony O'Sullivan and Timel Farms. Number 7 is Willie Walton, Daryl Thiessen for Jim Skellhorn Jr. Number 8 is The Reigns of Titan, Colin Kelly for Steve Bossens and Steve Palermo. And 9 is Love Warrior, Tyler Borth for Martin Hosick. Field of 9, race 1, start at the early daily double. Well, let's look at this field, and I think we should start with number 7, Willie Walton. July the 17th, a debut mile here, post 8, and made an early break, and it was a complete break because it was last at the quarter, and yet came on to win by a nose. And then last race, just to prove that that was no fluke, left from post 1, got parked early and won by 16 3/4 lengths in 157 2. Willie Walton was wonderful in that last race, as well as the one before. 3-5, looking to make it 3 for 3 lifetime. Number 6, Timel Dazzle, well, is one that was beaten just 2 lengths won by 2 lengths last race, all the way on top. Timel Dazzle moves up a level off that front end win in 2 minutes and 1. Has 2 wins in 4 starts, and both those wins came right here, so Timel Dazzle likes it here. Had a try in between those 2 wins at Rito Carlton at Grassroots that didn't go well. Timel Dazzle has to deal with an outside post, though, and both of those wins were when she was able to get off the gate real well. Scotty Coulter driving 6-1. 9, Love Warrior has been kind of alternating good race, bad race, and well, the good race was 2 races ago, so maybe you can follow the pattern. If you look back from February 24th, 6th, win, 2nd, 8th, 2nd, 6th. Love Warrior has to deal with a trailer post. You do get 5-1 on the board, but certainly Love Warrior was really good here 2 races ago. Now that was in the class below this one. Love Warrior is 5-1. And number 2, Northern Flame, well, has 2 wins in the past 3 races, and is one that if you take away that one difficult start at Woodbine in the middle of July, finishing 8th. Northern Flames have been pretty darn fine, and Jody Collins' barn has been really good all year, as well as last year's too. Northern Flame, Alpha Carroll for Jody Collin, 9-1. Note there's about 2 minutes to post time. Gate is rolling for race number 1, taking up positions. Dumb is Forever, Northern Flame, and Dusty Lane Thunder. In the center, Enjoying My Life and Les Nesman. And to the outside, Time Will Dazzle, Willie Walton, and the Reigns of Titan. And the second tier, Love Warrior. The field for race number 1. Gathering speed approaching the start at off stride when Dusty Lane Thunder. And there at the start of the round, Dumb is Forever. Time Will Dazzle to the outside. And the Reigns of Titan is also leaving. And then Northern Flame, the field charges around that first turn. Dumb is Forever has got the lead. Dumb is Forever. Time Will Dazzle. And now a break in stride. Willie Walton went off stride. The 1-5 favorite is off stride. The Reigns of Titan is racing third. Northern Flame is positioned fourth, and then fifth is Les Nesman. Enjoying My Life is sixth. Love Warrior is broken stride. They race on to the opening quarter, 29 seconds, and Dumb is Forever at 35-1. Leads by about 2 right now. Time Will Dazzle is second. The Reigns of Titan third. Northern Flame has broken stride. The field races off the turn, and they come on towards us, and now taking forth is Les Nesman. And then rolling fifth is Enjoying My Life, and sixth is, as they race on past, is Love Warrior. But Dumb is Forever is moving smartly on the lead. 59-4 is the halftime. Les Nesman now is reported a little closer. Is only a length and 3/4 off the lead, and charging on the outside, down to the inside, Time Will Dazzle in the pocket. Of a 59-4 halftime, they race the backstretch. Racing position for the Reigns of Titans, about 3.5 from the lead. Enjoying My Life is on the outside fifth. And then sixth is Love Warrior, about 8 off the lead. That lead still belongs to Dumb is Forever at 35-1, and also at 35-1, Les Nesman on the outside. Enjoying My Life has broken stride, and Time Will Dazzle is on the inside third. The Reigns of Titan is fourth, and then Love Warrior is rolling fifth. 3/4, 129-3, and it is Les Nesman. Les Nesman's got the lead. Dumb is Forever on the inside. Then Time Will Dazzle is racing third. Then it is the Reigns of Titan and Love Warrior on down the stretch drive they come, and it is Les Nesman. Les Nesman, Time Will Dazzle, and the Reigns of Titan on the inside. Then Dumb is Forever, 2 minutes and 3/5. Les Nesman victorious. We're going to need a bigger boat. On the board, we have a 5-6-8-1. Wheeling back in front of us. The winner of race 1, number 5, Les Nessman. 3-year-old Cadabra, brown colt, owned by Henry Stable and Dale Farms and Waples Stable and Gordon Yao. Wayne Henry is the trainer and the winning driver. It's the second win this year, second lifetime for Les Nessman. 2 minutes and 3/5. The first race payouts. Number 5, Les Nessman, 80-40 to win, 1950 and 910. Number 6, Time Will Dazzle, $9.60 and $6. And number 8, The Reigns of Titan, $12.40. The $2 exactor is $687.10. There was a 20-cent try paying $1,168.16. Ka-ching. And a $1 superfecta, $503.85. But here's the thing to note about the superfecta. It pays on 5-6 all. 5-6 all on the super, $503.85. The second dash up next, going to post in 10 minutes, a field of 9 with no changes. Here is the first race over a finish from the top. 4, 6, 8, 7, 1, 2, 9, 3, 5. That's 4, 6, 8, 7, 1, 2, 9, 3, 5. Second dash is next. 7 minutes to post. field for the second races on parade. One is Rockin' Bow, Alpha Carroll for Catherine Flanagan and Winters Racing. Number 2, Better Be Gouda, Paul McKenzie for Blake McIntosh and Leanne Murphy. Number 3 is Casey's Dragon, Nick Boyd for Pat Rouleau and Frank Provenzano. And number 4 is Let's Get Pickled, Mike Vanderkamp for Diana Secord. Number 5 is Our Thinking Monster, Jason Ryan for John Kennedy and Ralph and Sandra Pitt. Number 6, Century Grizzly, Colin Kelly for Jim Ritchie and Paul Ritchie. And number 7 is Silky Cam, Brett Lover Kelly Duval Lakai. Number 8 is Shadowtail. It's Travis Henry for Scott McNiven and Hut Racing. And number 9 is St. Lad's Beat It, Daryl Thiessen for Jeffrey Williamson and Rebecca Williamson. Well, fans of Field of 9 for this second dash, let's look at this field, starting with number 8, Shadowtail. And Shadowtail, 3 wins in 4 starts this year, a third last time out from the trailer post. Now look, if this one had post 8 here 2 races ago, and in a class that was just a little bit below this, not very much, and yet won by almost 3 lengths in 154 and 2, and did race in 54 and 1 last time out. Shadowtail, despite the outside post position, deserves a pretty long look here and is a co-favorite at 2-1. Number 6, Century Grizzly, well, has made the top 3 in 6 of 7 starts this year, including a couple of wins and a win here last time out. Century Grizzly, 53 and 3 victory here in that last race, and also look, what jumps off the page is the start before that, 150 and 4 in an OSS Grassroots. Man, the OSS Grassroots that day, the winner went in 49 and 3. That's the Grassroots speed, man. Giddy up. Century Grizzly, a winner last time out, 53 and 3 here. A strong, strong mile. Century Grizzly is 2-1 on the board now, is a slight favorite. Number 4, Let's Get Pickled, is one that finished 8th last race at Mohawk, but was good there the start before that, beaten just a length and a quarter. And we see this one racing here back in middle of June, and also one start in early July, a win and a second. Now that was one class below this, but Let's Get Pickled overall is one that I think you better keep a close watch on here. Let's Get Pickled is currently 9-2 on the board. And number 2, Better Be Gouda, well, has a couple wins this year. Has been racing at Georgian Downs, raced to a 4th last time out. Hasn't had a lot of post position luck, and now gets the inside, although last race was post 4, but you don't see an inside 3 post in any of those last 6 races. Better Be Gouda could be better, could be enough better to get on to the top 3. 12-1 on the board. The second race of Field of 9 going to post shortly. Gate is rolling for race number 2. Taking up positions, Rockin' Boat, Better Be Good on Casey's Dragon on the inside of the center. Let's Get Pickled and Our Thinking Monster to the outside. Century Grizzly, Silky Cam, and Shadowtail. And the second tier, St. Lads Beat It. And the field for the second race is at the start of the rough, and Better Be Gouda leaving with Century Grizzly. On the inside, Rockin' Bow. As the field charges around that first turn, St. Lads Beat It gets out well into the outside, Shadowtail. Then racing sixth is Casey's Dragon, and seventh is Let's Get Pickled. Then it is back further to Shadowtail, and trailing the field is Our Thinking Monster. On they race to the opening quarter. Better Be Gouda has a lead of a length and 3/4 over Century Grizzly. Then about 5 or 6 lengths back, it is Rockin' Bow. Shadowtail is racing fourth, and then St. Lads Beat It and Casey's Dragon. Then it is Let's Get Pickled and Silky Cam and Our Thinking Monster. They raced their way past the opening quarter in 27-1, and it is Better Be Gouda and Paul McKenzie who's got the lead. Then Century Grizzly right there in the pocket and on the outside. Shadowtail now is moving quickly. Shadowtail is coming on first over, and the halftime was recorded in, well, we'll give it to you shortly as the field works their way on around the turn. 56-2 was the halftime. Into the backstretch, Better Be Gouda. On the outside, Shadowtail. Down to the inside third is Century Grizzly. St. Lads Beat It has 3 to beat to win. Fifth on the inside is Rockin' Bow. Casey's Dragon is outside, rolling sixth and seventh. Let's Get Pickled. Silky Cam is positioned eighth. They hustle on towards 3/4. It is still Better Be Gouda. Better Be Gouda. Shadowtail on the outside now is getting closer, is only about a neck from the lead. 3/4 as they race on that final turn was 1:24-3. Century Grizzly on the inside third. St. Lads Beat It is sent out 3 wide. It is Better Be Gouda as they come on down the stretch drive. Shadowtail, St. Lads, it's Better Be Gouda. Better Be Gouda. St. Lads Beat It on the outside. It is Better Be Gouda. St. Lads Beat It was second. Then it was Century Grizzly and Shadowtail. Time and mile was 1:53-1. Wheeling back in front of us, the winner of race number 2. It's number 2, Better Be Gouda. 4-year-old Better Than Shedder Gelding, owned by Leanne Murphy, trained by Blake McIntosh. Paul McKenzie, the winning driver. It's the 3rd win this year, 5th lifetime. Better Be Gouda. 1:53-1. The second race payouts. Number 2, Better Be Gouda, 31.90, 13.10, 5.40. 9, St. Lad's Beat It, 26.90 and 9.90. And 6th Century Grizzly, 2.70. $2 exactor, $589. Dollar try, 894.15. The 20-cent try pays 178.83. We had a 20-cent super, 296 all. That is 296 all. A 20-cent super, 658.83. Ka-ching. And a $1 double, 459.75. A $1 double pays 459.75. The third race is up next. Scratched is number 6, Dusty Lane Manny. Field of 8 going to post in approximately 10 minutes. Second race order finish from the top is a 516-783-942. That's 516-783-942. field for race number 3 is on parade. 1 credit Skill Anthony Hahn for Bill Budd and John Mellenbacher. Number 2 is Chillin' Toast, wrapping title for Bud Sinclair, Lindsey Sinclair, and Tom Strawn. And 3 is Ann Jackson, Ryan Holiday for Dave Holiday, and Livestock Listool. Number 4 is Ella, Eddie Green for Emily Montour. 5 is Wheelin' Willie, Wayne Henry for Fred Brayford. And number 7 is BR Serena Slam, Paul McKenzie for Bill Shaw, Patricia Gibb. 8 is Bologna, Austin Sorry for Jared Bothwell. And number 9 is 10-4 We Gone, Nick Stewart for Vic Putty and Wayne McCrane, Hamac Farms Limited. Field of 8, race number 3. Well, fans, let's get a look at this field. We'll start with number 4, Ella. And, well, this is one that has had 6 starts this year without a top 3. But Ella has been facing some tougher company, raced in grassroots last race, and is one that also was raced at Mohawk, a couple of starts there. Raced here in this class July the 17th and was beaten only 2 1/4, and that was from an outside post and also parked to pass the quarter and then back out at 3/4 and parked. So Ella now leaving out a post position for Eddie Green, and Ella may have a decent chance to win in here, 9-2. Number 5, Wheelin' Willie, one that shows some breaks on the dance card, but also qualified well here in 2, 1, and 3. Second in the qualifier. It was a solid qualifying mile, and also does have a couple of runner-up finishes this year in 8 starts. Wheelin' Willie. Wayne Henry looking to score again, and is 7-2. Number 7, BR Serena Slam. Well, it does have a 3rd place finish this year. That was last time out. BR Serena Slam. Paul McKenzie looking to score the double on the evening, and BR Serena Slam off that good last race has to be considered here. Good back half of 59. BR Serena Slam is 8-1. And number 9, 10-4 We Gone. Well, battled first up last race and hung tough for a long way. Finally tailed off a little bit in the late going, but still held on for a 4th. 10-4 We Gone. If he could work out a trip, he could definitely be one that would be a factor for the win, and is 5-1. It's a wide open race. The favorites are 1 and 4. Both had a very lukewarm, well, they were at 3-1. Now the 4 and 5 are 3-1. It's only one horse above 10-1, and that is number 2, Chillin' Toast, at 35-1. And the way this evening's been going, maybe that's the most logical one. Gate is rolling for race number 3. Taking up positions, a field of A, Credit Skill, and Chillin' Toast on the inside. In the center, and Jackson and Ella, and Wheel and Willie. To the outside, VR Serena Slam and Bologna. And the second tier, 10-4, We Gone. And for the start of the rough, Credit Skill, Ella, and also getting out well, Wheel and Willie, and then down on the inside, 10-4, We Gone, and Chillin' Toast. Those the first 5. Then it is VR Serena Slam and Jackson, and relaxed away trailing field is Bologna. They race their way on down the backstretch, and Credit Skill has got the lead, but charging on the outside, Ella. Ella and Eddie Green is trying to come on and grab the lead from Credit Skill. Inside third is 10-4, We Gone. Wheel and Willie is racing fourth, and then it is back to Chillin' Toast and Ann Jackson, and the trailing pair BR Serena Slam and Bologna. It is Ella who's got the lead, but now coming to call is Wheel and Willie. 29-3 is the opening quarter, and Wheel and Willie now has a lead of a half a length over Ella, and up and driving on the outside as they race the way off the turn is 10-4, We Gone. Credit Skill is now fourth on the inside, then Chillin' Toast and Ann Jackson, and then it is back to BR Serena Slam and Bologna. Off that 29-3 opening quarter, they roll past the half in 1 minute and 1/5, and Wheel and Willie is taken over. It is Wheel and Willie on the outside, 10-4, We Gone. On the inside, Ella maintaining a spot in the pocket, just a length and a half off the lead, and third right now, racing fourth now. On the outside is Credit Skill. And then it is back to Chillin' Toast on the inside, and Jackson to the outside. Then it is back further to Bologna on the inside, and BR Serena Slam on the outside. And they race their way on towards 3/4. Wheel and Willie leads it by a neck. Wheel and Willie, 10-4, We Gone. 3 wide is Credit Skill. And then out wider still is Ann Jackson, and down to the inside is Ella racing fifth, but only 2 lengths off the lead. Then BR Serena Slam and Chillin' Toast, and then it is Bologna. And they're fanned out and bunched up at the top of the stretch off 3/4, 1:30-3. On down the lane they come. Wheel and Willie. Wheel and Willie up the inside. Ella up the inside is going to come back and score the win. Then Wheel and Willie, Credit Skill, and Ann Jackson. 2-1-3. Ella. On the board, we have a 4-5-1-3. And And wheeling back in front of us, the winner of race number 3. It's number 4, Ella, 3-year-old E.L. Titan Bay filly, owned by Emily Montour, trained and driven to victory by the Six Nations sensation, Eddie Green. 201 and 3 for Ella, first lifetime win. The third race payouts, number 4, Ella, 780, 410, 310. 5 Wheel and Willie, 410, 281. Credit Skill, 350. The exactor number is 4 Ella and 5 Wheel and Willie on a $2 ticket. Pays $34.60 try, $54.85 super, 201.05. And the 20-cent pick 3. On 3 of 3, 1,627.09. Catching. Fans in this fourth race, note number 8, Sunshine Lou, the driver Marie-Claude Auger. Marie-Claude Auger driving 8, Sunshine Lou. The third race, order of finish from the top, 3, 6, 4, 1, 2, scratch 7, 8, 5. That's 3, 6, 4, 1, 2, scratch 7, 8, 5. Field for race number 4 on parade. 1 is scratched. Number 2 is Goody Dorleans. Tyler Moore for Gary McDonald and Alan Kepfer. Number 3 is Century Gigolo. Scott Culver, Ken Oliver, and ICL Racing of Pefferlaw. 4 is Three Dragons. Jason Ryan for Carmen Osceola and Robert Burgess. Number 5 is Modern Rider. Colin Kelly for Harold Wilson and Wendy Marshall. And number 6, Quick Nick. Travis Henry for Scott McNiven and Kimberly McNiven and Thomas Broadhurst and Douglas Haywood. Number 7 is Giddy Up Max. Brett McDonald for Richard Morrow and David Shane Lee Shea. Number 8 is Sunshine Lou. Marie-Claude Auger for Daniel Martin. And 9 is Friend Zone. Bruce Richardson for Paul Davies and Paul Sanders. It is a field of 8 for race number 4. Scratched is 1 Chick McGuire. Well, let's get a look at this field, and there is number 8 Sunshine Lou. Marie-Claude Auger is the driver, and note that this one is coming in with 2 wins in the past 3. Dominant win here last time out in 155. In fact, each of the last 3 miles, 55 and change, the 2 previous ones. So Sunshine Lou, despite the outside post position, has to be taken seriously. The only thing is the last 5 races all inside 2 posts, 1 or 2, so was overdue for an outside. Sunshine Lou, 7-2. Number 3, Century Gigolo was second to Sunshine Lou and had post 6 last time. Now gets to leave out of post position 2. Got a pocket trip last race, so if you're looking for the one to turn the tables on Sunshine Lou, this is probably the most likely one. That's why Sunshine Lou, with the Tan Tornado Scotty Coulter driving, is on the board at 2-1. Back-to-back runner-up finishes. In fact, 3 of the last 4 are runner-up. Look at on the year. 2 wins, 9 runner-up finishes in 16 starts. Century Gigolo, 5-2. Number 6, Quick Nick. Well, if you're looking for one to finish third, how about the horse that's finished third in each of the last 4 races? Now, Quick Nick also does show pretty strong overall top 3 record. Look at 9 out of 14 in the top 3. Quick Nick, 55 and 4 mile last race, finishing in behind Sunshine Lou and Century Gigolo. So Quick Nick has to be considered part of the story and is 4-1. And number 4, Three Dragons. Well, the last race here, it didn't go well, but look at that, was the only non-top 3 finish in 6 starts this year. Three Dragons is on the board at 5-1. Jason Ryan driving, and definitely one that you have to consider a big possibility to bounce back and be a very strong factor. Three Dragons, 9-2. The 4th race of Field of 8 going to post in about 1 minute and 55 seconds, approximately. The starting gate is rolling for the fourth race. Goaty Dorleans and Century Gigolo on the inside. In the center, Three Dragons, Modern Writer, and Quick Nick. And to the outside, Giddy Up Max and Sunshine Lou, and the second tier, Friend Zone. It is a field of 8 for the fourth race, and they're nearing the start. And the rough. Century Gigolo. Three Dragons down to the inside is Goaty Dorleans, and Sunshine Lou is driving hard on the outside as the field works around the turn. Then it is back to Modern Writer and Friend Zone. Second from last is Quick Nick, and trailing the field is Giddy Up Max. And they work their way on down the back stretch. Century Gigolo's got the lead for Scotty Calder. The advantage is a length and 3/4. Goaty Dorleans is second. Three Dragons racing third. Friend Zone is fourth, and Modern Writer is fifth. And then Sunshine Lou and Quick Nick. And back to Giddy Up Max as the field worked to the opening quarter in 28 seconds, being led by Century Gigolo. Advantage is a length and 3/4. Goaty Dorleans is second. And Three Dragons is on the inside and is racing third as they come off the turn and work on towards us. Now Friend Zone on the outside is coming on gamely, and also moving on the outside is Modern Writer. Second over fourth. Fifth is Three Dragons, and Sunshine Lou is on the outside sixth and getting up closer. 58-second flat the halftime. Then it is Quick Nick and Giddy Up Max on into the backstretch. Century Gigolo leads it by 2. Then on the inside, Goaty Dorleans, into the outside, Friend Zone. And then Modern Writer has a share of fourth alongside Three Dragons, and on the outside sixth is Sunshine Lou, and now pops out 3 wide. Then it is back to Quick Nick and Giddy Up Max, and they hustle on to 3/4. Still Century Gigolo has the lead. The advantage is 2 lengths right now. Modern Writer, though, now is coming on gamely 3 wide. Takes over second. Goaty Dorleans is third. Friend Zone fourth, and now on the outside, Sunshine Lou is charging hard. 3/4, 127 and 1 on the turn for home. It is Century Gigolo as they come on down the lane. Century Gigolo, Modern Writer, and on the outside, Sunshine Lou to the inside, Goaty Dorleans. Century Gigolo wins it. Sunshine Lou finished second, and third is between Giddy Up Max on the outside and Modern Writer on the inside. 156 and 1, Century Gigolo. On the board, we have a 3857. Wheeling back in front of us is number 3, Century Gigolo. A 3-year-old Sunshine Beach Bay gelding owned by ICL Racing of Pefferlaw. Ken Oliver is the trainer. It's the 3rd win this year and lifetime for Century Gigolo. The winning drive to Scotty Coulter, the 10 Tornado in the fourth. Mile of 156 and 1. The fourth race payouts number 3. Century Gigolo 550, 290, 260. 8 Sunshine Lou 590, 490. 5 Modern Rider 420. $2 exactor, $21.40 try, $82.65. Superfecta, $387.15. The fifth race is up next. A couple of equipment changes. Well, actually only one that matters because 8 is scratched. So 9 Wind Creek, the equipment change, adding a Murphy blind on the right. The fourth race order finish from the top is scratch 615-37428. That's scratch 615-37428. Field 4, race number 5 on parade. 1, Emotions Riches, Travis Henry for Cassandra LaCourte. And number 2 is La Tout Petite, Scott Quiller, Susie Kerwin, and Rennie Dion, and Robert Frank. And number 3 is First Air. It's Colin Kelly for Brian Wick and Donna Wick. Number 4 is Goaltender, Marie-Claude O'Shea, driving and training for Martin Chouinard. Number 5, Atlanta Express, Paul McKenzie for Jim McIsaac and Gary Brown. And 6, Boston Blue, Nick Stewart for Vic Putty and Robert McNerney. Number 7 is Millway Magic, J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and Ron Pierce. 9 is Wind Creek Clark Bilby, drives and trains and owns along with Emily Florin and Rachel Feldman and Elisa Feldman. Field of 8. Let's get a look at this field. Starting with number 4, Goaltender. One that qualified nicely here in 2 minutes and 1. And Goaltender, if he could continue off of that qualifier, should have a pretty solid chance. Also note, 4 starts this year, 3 of them top 3 finishes. Goaltender is one that, 5-1 on the board, definitely is one with a chance to win in here. But the fans are all over number 1, Emotions Riches, and look, has had 2 starts, a win and a second, and that second was at Rito from well off the pace. In fact, was still 11 1/4 lengths back at 3/4 and 7th, and came on to finish second, beaten 4 3/4. So a nice closing effort. Emotions Riches also is one that won by 10 1/4 at Three Rivers on July the 11th. So Emotion Riches now tries things here. And Travis Henry driving on the board at even money. Number 6, Boston Blue. Good last race. So now back-to-back runner-up finishes for Boston Blue. Second here and second at Georgian Downs the last 2. 4 out of 8 in the top 3. Boston Blue is one that should have a good chance to skate into the top 3 here. 9-1 on the board. And 9, Wind Creek, was 4th here last race and does have 2 good races in the past 3. In fact, 3 of the past 4. A couple of thirds in that 4th last time out. So Wind Creek for Clark Bealby from the second tier. You get a bit of a price at 13-1, but one that could be used somewhere on the ticket. 13-1 right now. Race number 5, a field of 8, going to post shortly. Gate is rolling for race number 5. Taking up positions. Emotions Riches led to Petite on the inside with First Air in the center, Goaltender and Atlanta Express to the outside. Boston Blue, Millway Magic, and the second tier, Wind Creek. Field for the 5th race, a field of 8. And they're at the start of the round. Emotion Riches, Goaltender, and to the outside, Millway Magic, then Latute Petite and First Air, and down to the inside, Wind Creek. Early break from Boston Blue. They work into the backstretch. Emotions Riches has a lead of about 2 1/4. Latute Petite is second. Goaltender is on the inside third. Wind Creek is racing fourth, and then First Air. Then it is Atlantic Express and Millway Magic, and on they race towards the opening quarter. Emotions Riches, the 2 to 5 favorite, takes them on past the opening quarter. Latute Petite second. Goaltender on the inside third. Off that 30-second opening quarter of the field, races the far turn. Then fourth is Wind Creek, and fifth is First Air. Then it is back to Atlantic Express and Millway Magic, and the field races off the turn. Heading up towards the half, Emotions Riches with the lead. Latute Petite on the inside, Goaltender on the outside. Is moving up now rapidly, is taking over second. Third is Latute Petite, and racing for this Wind Creek. Then about 5 lengths back, First Air is fifth, and on the outside, Atlantic Express, and then Millway Magic. 1 minute 4/5 the halftime, and they work their way into the backstretch. Emotions Riches leads by 2 right now. And then on the outside, Goaltender dueling to take second from Latute Petite. That pair is both about 2 off the lead of Emotions Riches, and racing for his Wind Creek. And Wind Creek is coming on now. And then racing fifth is Atlanta Express. And then it is First Air and Millway Magic. And they hustle on up to 3/4. Emotions Riches is now getting a serious challenge. Goaltender is close, and on the outside, Wind Creek. 3/4, 1:30 3. It is Emotions Riches and Goaltender. Emotions Riches, though, on the inside now has the lead back to 3/4, and now to about a length and a quarter. 3/4 was 1:30 3. They come on down the lane. Emotions Riches on the outside. Goaltender. Goaltender coming again. Emotions Riches. Goaltender appeared to get the win on the inside. Emotions Riches, and then Wind Creek and Latute Petite. 1:59 4. Goaltender. Kick save it a beauty. Wheeling back in front of us, the winner of race number 5. It's number 4, Goaltender. Three-year-old wheeling and dealing bay colts owned by Martin Chouinard. Marie-Claude Auger is the trainer, and Marie-Claude Auger, the winning driver as well. First win for Goaltender. 159 and 4. Goaltender saved his best for last. The fifth race payouts. Number 4 Goaltender, 973.63, 31 Emotions Riches, 230 and 230 and 9 Wind Creek 410, $2 exactor, 29.30 dollar try, 62.85 dollar superfecta, 158.50. Fifth race order finish from the top. 247-1586 scratch 3. That's 247-1586 scratch 3. Field for race number 6 is on parade. 1 is Marlboro Sealster, Tullamore for Dr. Ian Moore and Jeffrey Snyder. Number 2 is Counteroffer, Colin Kelly for Bob McIntosh and CSX Stables. Number 3 is Joe Rockhead, Tyler Borth for Bill Budd and Mike Salas. And number 4 is Chuck Heaton Love. Gord McKnight drives and trains for Murray Cox. Number 5 is Yannick Sealster, Scott Culver, Ted McDonnell, and Leonard Gamble. And number 6, Juida Poussant, Anthony Hunt for Cassandra LaCourte. I'm sure I butchered that name. Number 7, Southpaw Hanover, Travis Henry for Frederick Borgo and Michelle Wright. Well, 8 is The Devil You Know, Bryant McDonald for Isabel Darvo and Duncan and Shirley Bust. And 9 is Delightful Magic, Alfie Carroll for Chryslin Nother. There is number 7, Southpaw Hanover, Travis Henry for Freddie B. and Michelle Wright. Well, fans, let's get a look at this field, and we'll start with number 8, The Devil You Know. Well inside post last race and was able to wire the field rather handily in 55 and 4. And does show 52 and 4 speed at Mohawk. In fact, 52 and 1 back in July the 9th. But the devil you know, the one thing is, well, the devil you know is that you know post 8 is not easy. 7 to 5 on the board. Now 3 to 2. Number 2, Counter Offer. Well, the last 2 races, they didn't go well at Mohawk. One early interference and then parked after that. And the other one, mile of 55, but backed away and finished almost 9 lengths back. Counter Offer, though, could really like this spot. Gets a good post position. And Counter Offer and Colin Kelly is right now the second choice on the board at 2 to 1, sent up by proven longtime trainer Bob McIntosh and Colin Kelly driving 2 to 1. Number 1, Marlboro Sealster. Well, sent up by Dr. Ian Moore, sports that 350 training average, and this is one that last raced July the 18th, so has been off about 4 weeks, but did get scratched bet sick out of the last scheduled start. If he's ready to go, he could be a solid top 3 factor. He's had a couple of starts and flashed some speed. You also see some good speed in qualifiers. In fact, a 57 and 3 qualifier at Mohawk, but you see a 55 and 1 mile at Mohawk July the 6th. Marlboro Sealster is 12 to 1 on the board. And number 5, Yannick Sealster, well, definitely off form, but does show some flashes of speed and might like the venue change. Yannick Sealster, Scotty Coulter driving, is on the board at 7 to 1. It is rolling for race number 6. Taking out positions, Marlboro Sealster, Counteroffer, and Joe Rockhead on the inside. In the center, Chuck Heaton, Love, and Yannick Sealster. On the outside, Judith Wissance and Southpaw Hanover, and the Devil You Know, and the second tier, Delightful Magic. Field 4, the 6th, Gathering Speed, approaching the starts. And they're at the start of the round. Joe Rockhead leaving with Marlboro Sealster and Counteroffer, Chuck Heaton, Love, and then it is Southpaw Hanover. But as the field works on around the turn, and it is Joe Rockhead who's got the early lead. Marlboro Sealster is second, about 2 1/4 lengths back. Counteroffer is third, racing for Southpaw Hanover. Chuck Heaton, Love was a bit rough around the turn, is racing fifth and is on the outside, but now takes back and gets over to the pylons. Now Delightful Magic is quickly moving up. Then Yannick Sealster, the Devil You Know, and Judith Wissance is back trailing the field. 29-2 is the opening quarter. And it is Joe Rockhead with a lead. Advantage about 2 1/4. Delightful Magic on the outside is moving now and has come on to take over second. Marlboro Sealster is on the inside, third. The Devil You Know is situated second over fourth off that opening quarter. 29-2. They roll up towards us. Counteroffer is positioned fifth. Judith Wissance is sixth, and seventh is Southpaw Hanover. Then it is back to Chuck Heaton, Love, and Yannick Sealster. Halftime was recorded in 1 minute and 1/5. And as they work their way around the turn, right now on the lead, Joe Rockhead in front by about a length and a half, but on the outside, Delightful Magic is working up a little bit closer. Marlboro Sealster inside third. The Devil You Know is well spotted second over fourth on the back of Delightful Magic. And then fifth is Counteroffer. And Judith Wissance is racing sixth. And then Southpaw Hanover, Yannick Sealster, and Chuck Heaton, Love. And now it is the Devil You Know is coming on. And the Devil You Know is right alongside Joe Rockhead and leads it by nose. 3/4, 129-1. The Devil You Know. Joe Rockhead on the inside. Marlboro Sealster third, and Counteroffer is fourth. On down the stretch drive they come. The Devil You Know on the outside. On the inside, Joe Rockhead. The Devil You Know is the winner. Joe Rockhead was second. Then it was a Counteroffer and Marlboro Sealster in fifth. Is between Yannick Sealster and Southpaw Hanover. 158 flat. The Devil You Know. Fans, the inquiry sign will go up. The judges reviewing the stretch drive pertaining to number 2, Counteroffer. Wheeling back in front of us, the winner of race number 6 It's number 8, The Devil You Know. A 3-year-old Dally Brown Gelding, owned by Duncan and Shirley Bust. Isabel Darvo is the trainer. Brad McDonald, the winning driver. It is the second win for The Devil You Know. Mile of 158 flat. Fans, as it pertains to the inquiry, the judge's ruling that number 2 counter offer did cause interference to number 7 Southpaw Hanover in the stretch drive. The judge's ruling that number 2 counter offer, who finished third, would be placed back to sixth. The new top 5 will be 83157. That's 83157 will be the new top 5. The sixth race payout. Number 8, The Devil You Know. 340, 260, 253. Joe Rockhead, 580, 590. 1. Marlboro Silster, 510. The $2 exactor, 8 and 3, 43, $80 try, 133.60. Dollar win for to a 195. The sixth race order of finish from the top is 4, place 3, 3, place 6, 2, 9, 5, place 4, 8, 6, place 5, and 1, 7. Once again from the top after the placing, 3, 6, 2, 9, 4, 8, 5, 1, 7. Fans note race number 8, a claim entered. Number 7, Invitation to Dream. Race 8, claim entered. Number 7, Invitation to Dream. Field for the seventh on parade. 1, Tanzanian. Paul McKenzie for Graham Burgess and Rick Gorley. Number 2, Topsail Beach. Scott Calder for Ken Oliver and Milton Young. Number 3 is Bryn Baroness. Anthony Hunt for Keith Cullen and Chris Kane. And number 4 is Stonebridge Drama. Brent McDonough for Patrick Bissett and Gary Stoddart. 5 is Deck to the Land. Jason Ryan for Sheldon Rose. Number 6, Fashion Writer Austin Sorry for Jared Bothwell. Number 7, Save Me at a Sports Page. Travis Henry for Kim Baxter and Andrew Scott. Number 8 is Coal Creek Lacey. Ryan Holiday for Brenda Duncan and Daniel Walker. And 9 is Shemar's Lady Havoc. Ryan DeRoche for Peter Finnegan and Sheila Lewis. Well, fans, let's get a look at this field for race number 7. Number 2, Topsail Beach. Good effort last race, coming first up. Finished 4th, but it was a strong performance. And Topsail Beach, the 2 previous races were very fine. Look at the year overall. 11 out of 18 in the top 2. Topsail Beach, post position 2, one that should be able to be a solid factor with any kind of trip. Scotty Calder driving Topsail Beach 4-1. Number 6, Fashion Writer, well, has been pretty fashionable the last few starts here. In fact, the last 4 to wins, a second and a third. Little tougher post assignment, but still overall, Fashion Writer off that win 2 races ago in 55-4, a career best mark just 2 races ago. Fashion Writer and Austin Sorry for Jared Bothwell. Jared sports a 404 training average. Giddy up. Fashion Writer is 7-1. Number 4, Stonebridge Drama, also one that shows some pretty fine recent form. This is an interesting dash. Stonebridge Drama definitely could add some drama to this race. 5 wins this year in 16 and compares very nicely with the first 2 we mentioned. Stonebridge Drama and Brett McDonald looking for another win on the evening and is right now the 5-2 betting favorite, set up by Patrick Bissett, who's got a 300-plus training average. And one more to take a look at. 9, Shemar's Lady Havoc was a solid 4th here in this class. 2 starts back, beaten just 2 3/4, and that was from post position 8. Shemar's Lady Havoc, not quite as good last time out, but still overall, Shemar's Lady Havoc is one that could find her way onto the top 4, and right now is a lukewarm favorite at 3-1. It's a very wide open dash, this 7th race. The 2 favorites are both 3-1. That tells the story right there. They are number 4, Stonebridge Drama, and 9, Shemar's Lady Havoc, right now both at 3-1. Gate is rolling for race number 7, checking up positions. Tanzanian Topsail Beach and Bryn Baroness on the inside. In the center, Stonebridge Drama decks the land to the outside. Fashion Writer, Save Me to Sports Page and Coal Creek Lacey. And the second tier, Shemar's Lady Havoc. It's a field of 9 for the 7th dash. And they're gathering speed in the stretch. And they're at the start of the raw. Fashion Writer from the outside. Tanzanian down to the inside. Stonebridge Drama and Bryn Baroness. And then it is Shemar's Lady Havoc. Field works into the backstretch. Fashion Writer's got the early lead. Tanzanian's racing second. Bryn Baroness is on the inside third. Stonebridge Drama is racing on the outside fourth, and fifth is Shemar's Lady Havoc. Then it is back to Save Me to Sports Page and Topsail Beach. Then further back are the trailing pair, Coal Creek Lacey and Dex the Land. On they race to the opening quarter, Fashion Writer and Austin Sorry's got the front. Tanzanian racing along in the pocket. Bryn Baroness is positioned third. Shemar's Lady Havoc on the outside is fourth now. Stonebridge Drama's fifth on the inside. 28-3 was that opening quarter. Save Me to Sports Page is on the outside sixth in front of Topsail Beach. And then it is back to Coal Creek Lacey and Dex the Land. Fashion Writer with the lead. On past the half they go. Fashion Writer at the half in 58-4. Tanzanian is racing position second as they're about to enter the backstretch. On the outside, Shemar's Lady Havoc now has moved alongside Bryn Baroness. That pair is both about 3 off the lead. And then it is Save Me to Sports Page on the outside fifth. Sixth of the inside, Stonebridge Drama. 3 wide. Topsail Beach now is kicked into high gear. Still has plenty of room to come, though. And then it is Coal Creek Lacey and Dex the Land. They hustle on to 3/4. Fashion Writer, Tanzanian. Topsail Beach is out wide and charging now on the outside, and also popping up. There goes Bryn Baroness, and then Stonebridge Drama backing away. Shemar's Lady Havoc. 3/4, 127-1 in the turn for home. Fashion Writer and Austin Sorry's got the lead. Bryn Baroness in the center, down to the inside. Tanzanian, and on the outside, Topsail Beach. They're found out 4 across the track. Tanzanian up the inside on the outside. Bryn Baroness. Bryn Baroness wins it. Tanzanian was second. Then it was a Fashion Writer and Topsail Beach. 156-2. Wheeling back in front of us, the winner of race number 7, number 3, Bryn Baroness, a 9-year-old Hoosier boy, Bay Mare, owned by Keith Cullen and Chris Kane. Keith Cullen's the trainer. Anthony Hahn, the winning driver. First win this year, 15th lifetime. Bryn Baroness, 156-2. The seventh race payouts: 3 Bryn Baroness 2650, 1499, 60, 110 Sandian 1110, 670. 6 Fashion Rider 740, $2 exactor 195.90, dollar try 464.15, 20 cents superfecta 529.26. The seventh race, order of finish from the top: 241 573 869. That is 241 573 869. Field for the 8th race on parade. 1 is Westridge Warrior, Bruce Richardson for Paul Davies and Nicole Davies. Number 2 is Tomorrow's Headline, Brant McDonald for Richard Rowan, KRS-1. Number 3 is Red, White, and Boot, Scott Calder for Sheldon Rose. And 4 is Bunkhouse Brawl, Preston Shaw for Gerald Weir. 5 is Made to Be King, Drew Neal for Jeffrey Williamson. And number 6 is Southwind Massimo, Town of Borth for Alan Steves. Number 7 is Invitation to Dream, Ryan DeRoche for Jay Conklin and James Smith, claim entered. Number 8 is McSinnerman, Andre Goy for David Fasulo. And number 9, Dutch Sealster, Travis Henry for Joe Pereira and Charles Goodrow. Well, fans, let's look at this field. We'll start with number 2, Tomorrow's Headline. And Tomorrow's Headline, well, hasn't had a good post in a little while. Finally gets to move back inside after a 7 and a pair of 8s. And Tomorrow's Headline is currently off form, but you do see that step inside and also some decent overall speed. Tomorrow's Headline is one also that's down in class from a number of starts that you see on the page. So Tomorrow's Headline should be able to bounce back well here. Brent McDonald and Richard Morrow teamed up. Tomorrow's Headline, lukewarm favorite at 5-2. Number 4, Bunkhouse Brawl, well, comes in with 3 consecutive wins. Now, they were at Dresden and raced from off the pace last time out to win, but also shows some ability to get off the wings. Bunkhouse Brawl is right now on the board at 7-1. Number 1, Westridge Warrior, Bruce Richardson. This one raced at Hanover last race, had the lead at the top of the stretch and stuck around for a second. Only has 1 win on the year, but does have 8 of 11 in the top 3. Westridge Warrior, a veteran gray 10-year-old that leaves out of the inside at 8-1. And number 5, Made to Be King, is now a co-favorite at 3-1. And beaten just a length and a quarter last race here, and that's after making an early break after leaving from the trailer post. One thing to note, though, you do see breaks early in the mile in 2 of the last 5 starts, so that's certainly a concern. And the form was poor at Sarnia before that last race here. That was a decent outing, though, to come from so far back, 13 3/4 back of the quarter, to be beaten a length and a quarter. Made to Be King is right now 3-1. The 8th race, it's a field of 9, going to post shortly. Gate is rolling for race number 8, Westridge Warrior. Tomorrow's headline, red, white, and boots on the inside. In the center, Bunkhouse Brawl, Made to be King to the outside. Southwind Massimo, Invitation to Dream, and McSinnerman. And the second-tier Dutch Sealster. It's a field of 9 for the 8th race. And the field for the 8th race is at the start of the off. Westridge Warrior, tomorrow's headline. Invitation to Dream on the outside, and Dutch Sealster down to the inside as the field hustles on around the turn. And now racing fourth is Made to be King. Fifth on the outside, Invitation to Dream. Then it is back to Red, White, and Boots and Bunkhouse Brawl. And the trailing pair is Southwind Massimo and McSinnerman. Westridge Warrior has got the lead for Bruce Richardson as they race on to that opening quarter, and it leads at a length and 3/4. The quarter was 28 seconds. Tomorrow's headline is racing along second, Dutch Sealster third. Made to be King is positioned on the inside fourth, and on the outside, Invitation to Dream is racing fifth, and right now about 4.5 or 5 off the lead. And then it is back further to Red, White, and Boots and Bunkhouse Brawl, Southwind Massimo and McSinnerman. Westridge Warrior leading up to the half. Here comes Dutch Sealster, and they race their way on past the half. Opening quarter was 28, and the half was 58-2. On the inside, Westridge Warrior, but on the outside, challenging Dutch Sealster. On into the backstretch they go, and then racing position third. Tomorrow's headline, Made to be King, is positioned fourth, and then Invitation to Dream and Bunkhouse Brawl. It is Dutch Sealster looking to cleanse Westridge Warrior from the lead as they race the round toward 3/4, and then on the outside third, it is Made to be King, and tomorrow's headline is on the inside fourth. Those four have separation on the rest of the field. 3/4, 126-4. Dutch Sealster leads it. On the outside, Made to be King is getting closer. And on the inside, Westridge Warrior, Made to be King on the outside now has come on to take a slim lead at the top of the stretch. And then Westridge Warrior and Dutch Sealster, and looking down into the passing lane, tomorrow's headline. On down the stretch drive they come. Made to be King and Westridge Warrior. Made to be King wins it. Westridge Warrior was second, Dutch Sealster third. And tomorrow's headline fourth, 156-1. Made to be King. Wheeling back in front of us, the winner of race number 8, number 5, Made to be King, 4-year-old Royal Majesty Brown Gelding, owned and trained by Jeffrey Williamson. Drew Neal, the winning driver, second win this year, 6th lifetime. Made to be King, 156-1. The eighth race payouts, 5 made to be king, 846.10, $4 1. Westridge Warrior, 780 and 460 and 9. Dutch Sealser, 520. $2 exactor, 37.40. Dollar Tribe, 98.35. Dollar Super, 413.65. Eighth race, Sora finish from the top, 248 517 693. That's 248 517 693. There was a claim in race number 8. Number 7, Invitation to Dream, the new trainer, Kevin Campbell. Field for the ninth race on parade. One, Stonebridge Fancy. Austin Soria for Peter Brickman and Aaron Swainson Brickman. Number 2, Shadow Dreamer. Paul McKenzie for Darren Rayner and Brad Lichty and Brian Wombolt and Megan Lichty and Rick Howie. Number 3, what are you looking at? Nick Stewart for Bud Sinclair and Lindsay Sinclair. 5 is Tragically Hep. Colin Kelly for Jim Ritchie and Paul Ritchie. Number 6 is Origami Sealster. Brent McDonough for Terry Gilland and Calvin Kepfer. Number 7 is Shad. Scott Kohler for Terry Heffernan. And number 8 is Sophie's Destiny. Scoring from the trailer post, Preston Shaw for Frederick Borgo and Martin Schwinnard. Well, let's get a look at this field. We're going to start with number 2, Shadow Dreamer. And Shadow Dreamer is one that's well, coming in from Georgian Downs. The last time we saw this one here, decent off the pace effort to finish 4th. Shadow Dreamer does have 3 wins on the year and does appear to fit this class reasonably well. And now Shadow Dreamer gets a favorable post position. Has had some poor posts, although the last 2 weren't poor posts at all at Georgian Downs. Also don't miss the last scheduled start due to sickness. Shadow Dreamer and Paul McKenzie on the board at 5-1. Number 5, Tragically Hep, is set up by Jim Ritchie, who's got a very healthy 342 training average, and this one's missed the top 3 only once in 8 starts this year. Big equipment change for this start. Blinkers to blind rattle. Tragically Hep is the 5-2 favorite. Number 8, Sophie's Destiny. Note the trailer post. This one likes to go to the front, but and was able to go to the front at Leamington last race and win by more than 6. And the 2 previous starts here, a solid 3rd and a 4th. Sophie's Destiny, though, the problem is the trailer post, but is set out by Freddie B. Preston Shaw driving 3-1. And number 6, Origami Sealster. Well, one that you have to really like that last race. Trailer post came first up and still managed to score the win, and that was in this class. So Origami Sealster is looking to win back-to-back races. Origami Sealster did miss a bit of time, about 4 weeks between starts before that last race also. It now comes back just 7 days later. Origami Sealster and Brent McDonald, a contender to win, 7-2 on the board. It is rolling for race number 9, shaking up position. Stonebridge Fancy and Shadow Dreamer on the inside. In the center, what are you looking at? And Tragically Hep to the outside, Origami Sealster and Shad. And from the second tier is Sophie's Destiny. Field for the 9th race is at the start of the drive. What are you looking at? And Stonebridge Fancy along to the inside. Then Tragically happened Shad, and now on the inside, Sophie's Destiny is out well from the second tier and right on the back of Stonebridge Fancy, who's got the lead. Third on the outside, Tragically Have. Then fourth is What Are You Looking At? Shadow Dreamer is back in fifth, and then it is Origami Sealster, and Shad trails the field. On they race to the opening quarter. Stonebridge Fancy is on top and leads it by a length and a half. Sophie's Destiny is second. Tragically Have is 3 1/4 off the lead, racing third, 28-2 the opening quarter. And What Are You Looking At? Is racing on the inside, fourth in front of Shadow Dreamer, then Origami Sealster and Shad. Field works their way off the turn. 28-2 was the opening quarter. Stonebridge Fancy and Austin Sorey's got the lead. Sophie's Destiny is in the pocket. And Tragically Hep now moves to the outside and is coming on. Is only a 2 off the lead and is moving rapidly. And also on the outside, Origami Sealster is coming on. 58-2 the halftime. Now fifth on the inside. What are you looking at? Then it is back to Shadow Dreamer and Shad on the pylons on into the backstretch. And it is still Stonebridge Fancy. Stonebridge Fancy. That lead is just a length now. Tragically Hep is racing second. Sophie's Destiny on the inside third. What Are You Looking At? Looks at it from fourth and is about 4.5 or 5 off the lead. And then it is Origami Sealster and Shad. Shadow Dreamer 3 wide. Trails the field 3/4, 127, and they're racing in the final turn. Stonebridge Fancy leads it still. On the inside, Sophie's Destiny's been getting the trip, and on the outside, Tragically Hep. It is Stonebridge Fancy as they come on down the lane. Stonebridge Fancy on down the stretch drive, and on the inside, Sophie's Destiny. Stonebridge Fancy is on top by 2 at the finish, and then Sophie's Destiny was second, Tragically Hep third, and Shad was fourth. 156-2, Stonebridge Fancy. Wheeling back in front of us, the winner of race number 9. It is one Stonebridge Fancy, a 5-year-old shadow play. Brown mare owned by Aaron Swainson Brickman. Peter Brickman is the trainer. Austin Sorey is the winning driver. Stonebridge Fancy's third win this year and fourth lifetime. Mile of 156-2. Ninth race payouts 1. Stonebridge Fancy 730, 510, 280. 8. Sophie's Destiny 1280 and 330 and 5. Tragically Hep 250. $2 exactor 105.20. Dollar try 149.50. Dollar super 724.20. Ninth race, order of finish from the top. 156 scratch 3742. That's 156 scratch 3742. Field for the 10th race on parade. 1, Mockaholic. Austin Sorry for Bruce McGee and Scott Davidson. Number 2 is Blake's Chip. Anthony Hunt from Egg Crone and Hunt Racing. And number 3 is Brookdale Ollie. Paul McKenzie for Rail Bourgeois. Doug Poley. And 4, to Jennifer's credit, Travis Henry for Sean Arnott. 5 is Storm Chaser Ryan Holiday for Jim Wellwood and Jeffrey Wellwood. And number 6, Curious Cortez, Colin Kelly for Jared Bako and Christopher Jewett, John Cray. Number 7 is Press Time, Brent McDonough for Rail Bourgeois, Doug Poley, and Joanne McComb and Gordon McComb. Number 8, Private Scott, Scott Coulter, Terry Heffernan and Brian Stephen Scott and Edward Scott. And 9, Dover Sealster, Nick Boyd for James Dean and Bryden Farms and Eric Schwint and Tyler Durst. Well, field of 9 for the 10th and final dash featuring the Super High 5. Let's get a look at this field. We'll start with number 6, Curious Cortez, and well, is coming in excellent form. Has made the top 3 in 5 consecutive races, and also did race here in 54-4 last time out to finish second. Curious Cortez and Colin Kelly is 7-2 on the board. Tougher post assignment, a little bit tougher than that last race, but also look, you see this one had post 8 going back 2 races ago, and from off the pace, beaten just 3/4 of a length in 55-3. Curious Cortez, in case you're curious about whether he can handle racing from off the pace, I think he can. 3-1. Number 1, Mockaholic, well, was a winner here 2 races ago. Went to the front from post 7 and still was able to win. Has 2 wins in 5 starts this year. Also scored 1 win in just 3 starts last year as a 2-year-old. Mockaholic is sent out by the high percentage barn of Bruce McGee. Mockaholic, Austin Sorry looking to score in back-to-back dashes. And Mockaholic, the fans are all over this one. 3-5 on the board. And number 2, Blake's Chip, was second last time out at Hanover, 57-1 mile. And also does show winning here. Now it's a front-end win against Maidens in 58-2 back at the end of June. But Blake's Chip, who's sent out by Meg Cronin, who has a 320 training average, should have a chance to be on the ticket somewhere. Blake's Chip is 19-1. And number 4, to Jennifer's credit, well, a third to his credit last time out. Only 1 win in 25 starts, but is 8 out of 15 in the top 3 on the year. So to Jennifer's credit, and Travis Henry may well be able to land onto the ticket and help it pay a little bit. On the board currently at 16-1. Fans love number 1, Mockaholic, to the tune of Even Money. The gate is rolling. Race number 10. Mockaholic. Blake's chip on the inside with Brookdale Ollie. Then in the center, to Jennifer's Credit and Storm Chaser. On the outside, Curious Cortez, Press Time, Private Scott. Second tier, Dover Sealster. It's a field of 9 for the 10th and final dash. Here they come. Giddy up. And the field for the 10th race is at the starter off. Mockaholic and Blake's chipping on the outside. Curious Cortez is leaving well. Then Dover Sealster and Brookdale Ollie. They charge on around that first turn. Off stride goes Mockaholic, and now Blake's chip inherits the front. And Curious Cortez is racing second. Dover Sealster is third. And fourth is Brookdale Ollie. And then it is back to Jennifer's Credit. And then it is Storm Chaser, Press Time, and Private Scott. And then Mockaholic. It is Curious Cortez who's got the lead as they race their way on past the opening quarter. And second is Blake's chip. And then Dover Sealster third. And rolling along in fourth is Brookdale Ollie. In front of to Jennifer's Credit. And then it is Storm Chaser and Press Time. Private Scott and Mockaholic, they race off the turn. Curious Cortez and Colin Kelly's got the lead. They roll on towards us. And second, Blake's chip. And then on the inside, racing third, Dover Sealster. Brookdale Ollie's on the outside fourth. And now to Jennifer's Credit is moving up strongly. Halftime was 57-4. Sixth is Press Time. Down to the inside is Storm Chaser. Trailing pair are Private Scott and Mockaholic on down the backstretch for Curious Cortez, who leads right now by about a length and 3/4. On the outside to Jennifer's Credit is trying to chip away at the lead. And now it is down to just a length and a half. And Blake's chip on the inside third. Racing fourth is Dover Sealster, and Brookdale Ollie is on the outside fifth. Private Scott now has come on from the backfield to take over sixth. And then Storm Chaser, Press Time, and Mockaholic 3/4, 1:26-2. And racing sharply on the lead, Curious Cortez. Curious Cortez, and on the inside trying to fight back and reclaim second. Blake's shipping on the outside to Jennifer's Credit. Curious Cortez is going to win by about 4 or 5. Then picking up second to Jennifer's Credit. Then it was Blake's chip and Dover Sealster and Storm Chaser. 155-3. Curious Cortez. Wheeling back in front of us, the winner of race number 10 is number 6, Curious Cortez, a 4-year-old Big Jim Brown gelding, owned by Christopher Jewett and John Gray. Jared Baco's the trainer. Colin Kelly, the winning driver. Second win this year, fourth lifetime. Curious Cortez and Colin Kelly in 155-3. That's a new career best. The 10th race payouts. Number 6, Curious Cortez, $8.60, $4, $3.50. Number 4, To Jennifer's Credit, $13 and $6.70. And number 2, Blake's Chip, $9.20. $2 exactor is $65, $60 try, $100. $62.75. $2 double is $34.90. The dollar pick 3, $169.90. Dollar win 4,000, $34.45. Dollar high 5, $3,747.05. Ka-ching. Here is the 10th race order of finish from the top. 836251974. That is 836251974. Well, fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Friday evening. Our next live racing event is this coming Monday. The first race will go to post at 6:30 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos.